In the stillness of the great wilderness, where the wind's whispers are carried on the breeze, there are moments when the spirit feels lost, distant, and alone. You may walk through days where the sky feels empty and the clouds above seem thick with uncertainty, leaving you wondering where the Great Spirit has gone. You may find yourself praying in silence, yet the echoes of your heart seem to fall upon deaf ears. But, my child, I tell you now, the silence is not your enemy. It is the place where the Great Spirit works, his deepest healing. Just as the forest grows silent in the winter, awaiting the new growth of spring, your soul too is in a time of quiet. It is a sacred pause, not of abandonment, but of preparation. Like the slow-moving river that cuts through the stone, unnoticed at first, this silence is carving a path within you, shaping you, healing you in ways unseen. The Great Spirit is not far from you in this stillness. He is right here, close to your heart, working where you cannot see, but where you will one day feel the change. The world around you rushes, like the river in springtime, noisy and swift, but in that rush it loses sight of the quiet strength that comes with stillness. You have felt the weight of the world pressing down on you uncertain steps, unanswered questions, unspoken pains. You may have learned to carry these burdens, to walk through life with a mask of strength, even when your heart was breaking. But know this, you were not created to carry these alone. You were meant to walk alongside the Great Spirit, to rest in his presence, and allow him to heal you in ways only he can. In your silence, he is healing the parts of you no one else can see. The wounds buried deep within, the pain that no one knows of, the fears that you have kept hidden, they are not beyond his touch. Just as a healer works in silence, using careful hands to mend broken bones, so too does the Great Spirit work within you. He is not distant or distracted. He is not ignoring your cries. He is drawing close to you in the quiet, breathing life into the places of your soul that have longed for his touch. You may wonder why this silence must be so long, why the world keeps moving while you stand still. But remember, my child, healing does not always come with noise. Sometimes, the deepest changes take place when the world is quiet. The Great Spirit speaks through the silence, and in that silence, he is making you whole again. In the calm, he is teaching you to trust. In the pause, he is showing you how to surrender. In the stillness, he is giving you the strength to rise once more. The world may misunderstand your quietness. They may think it is weakness or that you are lost. But to the Great Spirit, this silence is sacred. It is a space where he is renewing you, preparing you for the path ahead. You do not need to rush or force your healing. In his time, he will bring you into the light, and the quiet you once feared will be the place where your spirit is reborn. Know this, my child, the silence is not your enemy. It is a sacred gift. In it, you are being transformed, not through struggle, but through surrender. And when you emerge from this silence, you will rise stronger, wiser, and full of the Great Spirit's love. The quiet was not meant to break you, it was meant to make you whole. You are being shaped into something beautiful, something stronger than the storms of life. You are being healed, not in spite of the silence, but because of it. In the end, you will look back and see that the silence was not empty. It was filled with the presence of the Great Spirit, who was always with you, even when you thought he was far away. He was there, and he will be with you always, guiding you, loving you, and holding you close. Trust in this, for you are not alone. The silence is the sacred space where you are being made whole, and in it, you will find the strength to walk the path ahead with the Great Spirit by your side. In the quiet of the evening, when the world slows down and the stars begin to twinkle in the vast sky above, there are moments when the soul feels as though it is walking through a deep, dark forest. The trees sway gently in the wind, their branches whispering secrets only the earth can understand. In these moments, the heart feels heavy, burdened by old wounds that no one else can see, scars that lie hidden beneath the surface. Yet, in the silence, the Great Spirit is working. It is in these moments, away from the noise and rush of the world, that he comes close, whispering healing to the places no one else knows about. The pain you carry, the hurt that runs deeper than words, does not need to be fixed with loudness. It does not need to be shouted or forced into the open. Sometimes, healing is not a loud roar of victory. but the gentle hum of the wind through the trees, the soft murmur of the river as it flows quietly through the valley. The Great Spirit knows the depths of your wounds, those parts of you that have been wounded by betrayal, by loss, by the weight of expectations that were never yours to carry. He knows the trauma you have hidden away, the wounds you have tried to bury beneath the surface, and He is here to touch them. In the silence, He is moving like the river that cuts through the stone. At first, it may seem still, but beneath the surface, there is a quiet power at work, slowly, gently shaping and reshaping the very core of your being. This silence is not emptiness. It is the sacred work of the Great Spirit. Just as a seed grows in the earth unseen, so too are you growing in this quiet place where the noise of the world can no longer drown out His voice. You are being realigned, remade, restored. You are being healed in ways you cannot yet fully understand, in ways that are too deep for words. Healing, my child, does not always come with the loud crashing of thunder or the flashing of lightning. Some of the greatest transformations come quietly, when the world is still and the Spirit is open to receive. The Great Spirit works not in the noise, but in the quiet places of the heart. He knows that sometimes the soul needs to be healed from within, and that can only happen when the world is silent, when there is room for Him to move without distractions. In the quiet, He is speaking to you, touching your deepest wounds with His loving hands, restoring what has been broken. In this moment of silence, you may feel alone, as if the world has passed you by, but the truth is, you are never alone. The Great Spirit is near, even when you cannot see Him. He is in the stillness, working to heal your heart, to realign your soul, to renew you from the inside out. This process of healing is sacred, and it cannot be rushed. It is in the quiet, in the sacred pause, that you are being prepared for what is to come. You have walked through many trials, my child, and the weight of your burdens has been heavy. But the Great Spirit has seen you in your pain, in your sorrow, and He has never turned away. He has placed you in this time of silence, not to punish you, but to heal you. It is here, in the quiet, that you are being transformed. You are not being abandoned. You are being made whole. The old hurts are being healed, the broken places are being restored, and you are being realigned with the path you were always meant to walk. The world may not understand this season, my child. The world may look at your quietness and see it as weakness, but the Great Spirit calls it strength. He calls it preparation. He calls it healing. For in the silence, He is shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. In this sacred space, He is teaching you to trust, to surrender, and to align yourself with His divine plan. He is renewing your mind, your heart, and your spirit, and He is filling you with peace that surpasses understanding. Healing through silence is not a momentary thing. It is a journey, one that unfolds over time, as the Great Spirit works in you and through you. It is a journey of deep inner restoration, where every wound is touched with love and every broken part is gently mended. The healing may not be loud, but it is powerful. It is the slow, steady work of the Spirit, who knows exactly what you need when you need it. And as you sit in the silence, as you allow the Great Spirit to work within you, you will begin to see the beauty that emerges from this sacred space. The silence you are experiencing is not the end of your story, my child. It is the beginning. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one where the old wounds no longer have control over you. It is the beginning of a new strength, one that is built on trust, surrender, and the deep peace that comes from knowing the Great Spirit is with you. This is not a time of abandonment, but a time of divine preparation. You are not being left behind. You are being prepared for what is to come, and in the silence you are being made ready to walk in the fullness of the Great Spirit's plan for your life. So, sit in the silence, my child. Let the Great Spirit heal you in ways that only He can. Let Him touch the deep places of your heart, the places that have been hurt, the places that have been hidden away. Trust in His timing, for He knows what you need, and in the quiet, He is working all things together for your good. This is not a time to fear the silence, but to embrace it as the sacred space where the Great Spirit is realigning, healing, and transforming you into the person you were always meant to be. In the sacred stillness of the world, when the sun sets and the winds grow quiet, There are moments when the heart feels heavy and the spirit wanders alone. The path ahead may seem unclear and the days stretch on like the endless horizon. But know, my child, that this silence is not a sign of absence. It is the Great Spirit's way of calling you to a deeper place, a place of transformation and trust. The Great Spirit who watches over all things is not distant in the silence. No, he is working within you, like the deep rivers that flow beneath the surface, unseen yet powerful. In the quiet, he is renewing your mind, gently realigning your thoughts with his truth. You may not hear his voice in the thunder or the rush of winds, but in the stillness, his presence is near. It is in this silence that he is preparing your heart, shaping it to hold the peace that surpasses understanding. The world around you may move quickly, like the rushing rivers that carry all things downstream, but in this time of stillness, you are being made ready. The Great Spirit is not punishing you, nor is he ignoring you. He is positioning you, guiding you to the place where your heart can receive his peace fully. This silence, this waiting, is not to be feared. It is the sacred moment before the rain of blessing, the space where the Spirit works to transform you from within. There are times when the path feels unclear, when you wonder if you are moving forward at all. You may feel as though the world is moving, but you are standing still, caught in the quiet moments of waiting. But the silence is not idle. It is the space where the Great Spirit is realigning your steps with his perfect plan, preparing you for what is to come. You are not stuck, you are being prepared. Just as the seed must rest in the earth before it grows, you too are in a season of rest before the great things that await you. In this time of quiet, you may struggle with trust. The world may tell you to hurry, to act, to make things happen on your own. But the Great Spirit calls you to rest, to trust in his timing, and to allow him to guide your heart. The silence may feel like a test, but it is not to break you. It is a divine repositioning where you are being prepared for something greater. Trust, my child, that the silence is part of a bigger plan, a plan that is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. The Great Spirit sees your struggles, your fears, and your doubts. He knows the places in your heart that need healing, the wounds that need tending, and in this silence, he is touching those places. Like a healer who works quietly to restore what is broken, the Great Spirit is renewing your soul, cleansing it, and preparing it to receive the fullness of his peace. The work he is doing in you may not be seen by others, but it is real and it is deep. In the silence, the Spirit is also teaching you to trust him more fully. He is inviting you to surrender your worries, your fears, and your need to control. Trust that he is moving, even when you cannot see it. Just as the wind blows through the trees, unseen but felt, so too is the Great Spirit at work in your life. Trust in his guidance, for he is realigning your thoughts and your heart with his truth. The silence is not a punishment, my child, but a time of preparation. The Great Spirit is positioning you for what lies ahead. He is taking you to a place where your heart will be ready to walk in the fullness of his plan. Though it may feel like nothing is happening, know that he is at work. You are not being left behind, you are being made ready. The silence is part of his perfect design, a divine moment of transformation where your spirit is being prepared for the blessings that await. And when the silence ends, when the stillness gives way to the sound of new beginnings, you will look back and see that this time was not wasted. It was a sacred space where the Great Spirit worked his deepest transformation in you. You will walk forward with a heart that is aligned with his will, a heart full of peace, trust, and the strength to move through the world with his guidance. So rest, my child, in the silence. Trust that the Great Spirit is with you, guiding you, preparing you for what is to come. The silence is not the end. It is the beginning of something beautiful, something deep, something only the Spirit can bring. In the quiet of the morning, when the sun first rises and the earth breathes a deep sigh, there are moments when you feel the weight of the world. You walk through life, carrying the burdens of past wounds, the expectations of others, and the deep sense of uncertainty that lingers in your heart. But, my child, in this stillness, the Great Spirit is revealing something beautiful within you. The silence you experience is not empty. It is the sacred space where the Creator is working, unveiling the true essence of who you are, the person he has always meant for you to be. You were not created by accident, my child. From the first breath you took, the Great Spirit had a plan for you. Every part of you, the way you think, feel, and move, was intentionally designed by the Creator. Each moment of your life, each experience, was woven into the fabric of your being with purpose. The pain you have carried, the struggles you have faced, they were not meant to define you. No, they were meant to guide you to the place where you would discover your true self, not the self shaped by the world's noise, not the one shaped by others' expectations, but the self designed by the Creator's hand. In the silence, you are being called to let go of the things that have shaped you falsely. The world may tell you who you should be, how you should act, and what you should strive for. But the Great Spirit whispers something different to your soul. He tells you to stop, to listen, and to feel His presence. In this stillness, He is showing you who you truly are, the version of yourself that was crafted in love and intention, long before the world ever tried to mold you into something else. Healing does not always come with loud cries or swift movements, my child. Healing often happens in the quiet spaces, in the gentle moments of reflection and surrender. The Great Spirit knows that you have carried much too much at times, and He has been working in the quiet places, slowly, softly, quietly, transforming the pain that once defined you. Each breath you take, each moment you sit in His presence, He is healing you from the inside out. The healing is not about fixing what is broken in the eyes of the world, but about restoring your soul to its original divine purpose. When you stop and listen to the silence, you will hear the voice of the Creator calling you back to yourself. You will hear His gentle reminders that you are not the sum of your struggles, nor are you the weight of the world's expectations. You are His creation, made with love, purpose, and intention. The silence is not an absence of His presence, it is the space where His presence becomes the most real, the most transformative. In that quiet, the Great Spirit whispers your true name, the one He has always known you by. You may feel as though you are standing in a place of stillness, waiting for something to change. But know this, my child, this silence is not a void. It is the place where your transformation is taking root. Like a seed buried deep in the earth, you may not see the growth right away, but under the surface, something beautiful is happening. The Creator is nurturing you, growing you, and preparing you for the fullness of the life He has planned for you. You are not lost in this silence. You are being refined, reshaped, and realigned with your true purpose. When the world is silent, the Great Spirit is not absent. He is present, moving within you, showing you the path you were always meant to walk. This silence is not punishment, my child, but a gift of sacred space where you can hear the whispers of the Creator, feel His touch, and be reminded of the divine purpose He has placed within you. You are not here by accident. You were chosen. You were designed. And this silence is part of the divine plan to help you see the truth of who you are. So, sit in the quiet, my child. Let the Great Spirit work in the stillness. Let Him reveal the truth of your being, the truth that has been hidden beneath layers of pain and expectations. Trust that in this silence, the Creator is doing His most sacred work. And when the time is right, you will rise not as the person the world told you to be, but as the person the Creator always intended for you to become. The wind whispers through the trees as the world around you moves quickly, urging you to run, to chase, to keep up with the rush of time. The days pass in a blur, each one faster than the last. But the Great Spirit calls you, my child, to a different path. He calls you to rest, to surrender, to pause in the stillness and let the healing flow like the river that moves without force, without rush. In this sacred silence, you are invited to stop. Stop the endless running. Stop the striving that has worn you thin. The world tells you to hurry, to push harder, to prove your worth. But the Great Spirit whispers to your heart, come, sit with me. Rest in my presence. In His presence, you do not have to rush. You do not have to perform. You are simply called to be. In this moment of stillness, the Spirit moves gently, like the soft breeze that passes through the grass, working deep within you. You have carried so much, my child, pain, worry, fear, and exhaustion, and the world in its noise tells you to keep moving, to keep pushing through it all. But in this sacred time of quiet, the Great Spirit offers you rest. The rest is not just for your body, but for your spirit. It is a deep, restorative peace that can only be found when you stop trying to control everything. It is in surrendering and letting go of the burdens you were never meant to carry that the healing begins. The world tells you that healing comes with action, with effort, with force. But the Great Spirit teaches you that true healing comes when you surrender the need to control, when you trust Him enough to let go and simply be. The healing does not come from rushing. It comes from resting in His presence, allowing His love to pour over you, filling the empty places within. Just as the earth rests under the blanket of winter to be restored for the coming spring, so too are you being restored in this season of stillness. In the stillness, there is no need to prove yourself, no need to hurry, no need to fight. The Great Spirit is working in the quiet places of your heart, healing wounds you may have long forgotten. It is in this moment of surrender that He touches the deepest parts of your soul, gently lifting the weight of your burdens, renewing you from within. He is not rushing. He is not pushing you. He is simply inviting you to rest, to breathe, and to receive His healing love. You may feel the pull to hurry, to get up and do, to accomplish and achieve, but the Great Spirit calls you to a different rhythm. He calls you to rest in the knowledge that you are loved, not for what you do, but for who you are. In His presence, you do not have to rush. You do not have to perform. You only need to rest in the peace He offers. And in that peace, the healing will come not through your striving, but through His gentle touch. The silence you feel is not emptiness. It is the sacred space where true healing takes place. It is the place where the Great Spirit is working in you, restoring what has been broken, renewing what has been weary, and refreshing what has grown tired. This is not a time of absence, but a time of presence. It is a time to rest, to let go, and to trust that the Great Spirit is working in the quiet, in the stillness, to heal you completely. So, my child, surrender to the rest the Great Spirit offers. Stop rushing, stop fighting, just be in His presence, where true healing takes place. Trust that in this sacred pause, the Spirit, working deep within you, making you whole again. Rest in the knowledge that you are loved, that you are enough, just as you are. The healing will come, not because you rushed, but because you rested in the Spirit's embrace. In the quiet of the night, when the stars stretch across the sky like ancient stories told by the wind, there are moments when your heart feels heavy. The weight of the past, the pain, the mistakes, and the struggle all of it seems to cling to your soul, shaping how you see yourself. But, my child, I speak to you now. The Great Spirit is at work within you, and He is revealing your true self, the one He has always known, not the one shaped by your struggles, but the one created with purpose and love. You are not the sum of your past mistakes. You are not defined by the pain that has scarred your heart. No, my child, you are a masterpiece, a creation so unique that no one else can compare. The Great Spirit, who breathed life into the stars, shaped you with intention, with love, and with divine purpose. You were formed with beauty and strength, a spirit that carries His mark, and no amount of hurt or failure can take that away. It may seem as though the world has tried to label you, to tell you who you are, but those labels are not your truth. In the stillness, the Great Spirit is working to strip away the false identities the world has placed upon you. He is revealing the truth of who you are, the truth that was woven into your soul long before you were born. You were created to be whole, to walk in peace, to live with love. His love for you is not based on what you do or what you have accomplished. It is not based on the victories you've won or the failures you've faced. His love is based on who you are in Him. You are His child, His beloved, and nothing can change that. You may feel as though you are not enough, as though you are broken beyond repair. But I tell you, my child, you are not broken. You are being restored. The Great Spirit is touching the deepest parts of you, those places that have been hurt, those places that have been hidden away. In His love, He is restoring your true identity, the one that is full of potential, full of beauty, and full of purpose. You were never meant to carry the weight of the past. You were meant to rise, to walk in the truth of who you are in Him. As the seasons change, the earth sheds its old leaves, making room for the new growth that will come. So too are you shedding the old labels, the old pain, and the old wounds. The Great Spirit is making room for the newness that He is bringing into your life. This is a time of renewal, a time for your true identity to emerge, not as the person defined by past hurts, but as the one who has always been loved, always been chosen, and always been his. In the quiet, in the space where the world's noise fades away, you are being made new. The Great Spirit calls you to rest in his love, to stop striving, to stop searching for approval from the world, and to simply be in his presence. For in his presence, you will find your true self. In his love, you will find the peace that has always been yours. Rest in the knowledge that you are enough just as you are. You are a masterpiece, not because of what you do, but because of who you are in the eyes of the Great Spirit. So, my child, let go of the pain, let go of the failures, and let go of the false identities that have kept you bound. In the stillness, the Great Spirit is revealing your true identity. You are his creation, his beloved, and his love for you is unchanging. Rest in his love, for it is in his love that your true self is being restored. You are not the past. You are the future he has promised. And in this moment of quiet, he is revealing the beauty that has always been within you. In the quiet of the earth, where the wind hums gently through the trees and the moon watches over the land, there are moments when the heart feels heavy, as if the weight of the world is too much to carry. In the stillness, it may seem as though you are alone, abandoned by the world, forgotten in the silence. But, my child, know this. The silence you feel is not the absence of the Great Spirit. It is the sacred place where he is working, quietly, deeply, healing you from the inside out. The pain you carry, those deep wounds that no one else can see, they are not beyond his touch. The Great Spirit sees every scar, every tear, every broken part of your heart. His love is not like the world's love. It does not fade with time or distance. No, his love is constant, unwavering, and it goes deeper than the surface of what is seen. It touches the places of your soul that have been hidden away, the parts of you that have been wounded and hurt for so long. The Great Spirit's healing is not a quick fix. It is a deep, restorative process that works in the quiet spaces of your heart, healing what has been broken and reshaping what has been lost. You may feel as though you are walking through life with old wounds, dragging behind you the pain of past experiences, the weight of losses you have yet to fully understand. The world may tell you to move on, to let go, to just keep going. But the Great Spirit does not rush your healing. He knows that true healing takes time, that it requires quiet moments where his love can seep into the deep places of your soul. In the silence, he is at work. He is healing, he is restoring, and he is making you whole again. Healing, my child, is not always loud or sudden. It is often quiet, like the still waters that flow gently through the valley. You cannot see the change happening, but underneath the surface, there is movement. The Great Spirit is working in ways you may not fully understand yet, but trust that he is at work in your life. His love is reshaping you, molding you into the person you were always meant to be, the person you were designed to be before the world's pain and struggles tried to alter you. His love is like the river that gently washes away the dust and dirt, leaving behind a clean, fresh, and renewed soul. In the quiet, he is doing his most sacred work. The silence is not abandonment. It is the space where his love works the deepest. It is in this sacred pause that the deepest healing occurs. Just as the earth must rest and renew itself before it can bloom again, so too must your heart rest in the Great Spirit's presence. He is not distant, my child. He is here, in the silence, working in ways that are unseen but deeply felt. His love is making its way into the deepest corners of your soul, bringing light to the darkness, healing to the brokenness, and peace to the restless places. You may wonder why the healing is taking so long. You may feel as though the world has moved on, but you are still standing in the silence. But I tell you, my child, the silence is not your enemy. It is the sacred space where the Great Spirit is healing you, restoring you, and preparing you for the new life that is coming. You are not stuck. You are in a process of renewal, and this time of quiet is necessary for the growth that is about to take place. The Great Spirit does not abandon his people. He does not leave you alone in your pain. Even when it feels like you are walking through the wilderness, know that he is beside you, guiding you, healing you. His love does not leave you in your brokenness. It transforms it. What once felt like a wound will soon become a place of strength, a place where His love has touched and restored. You are being healed, not in spite of the silence, but because of it. In the stillness, the Great Spirit is working His most beautiful work within you, making you whole, making you strong, and making you new. So rest in the silence, my child. Trust that the Great Spirit is working in the quiet spaces, touching the deep places of your heart. His healing is not always loud, but it is powerful. In His love, you are being made whole. And when the time is right, you will see the beauty that has been formed in the quiet, the strength that has come from the healing, and the peace that comes from knowing the Great Spirit has always been with you, even in the silence. In the quiet of the night, when the stars gather in the sky like ancient ancestors, there are moments when the heart feels lost in the wilderness. The path ahead seems uncertain, and the weight of the world presses heavily on the shoulders. It feels as though time itself has slowed, each day blending into the next, leaving you with a sense of delay, as though nothing is moving forward. But, my child, listen to the whispers of the Great Spirit. These silent seasons are not signs of abandonment, but the sacred space where He is aligning your life with His divine purpose. The world may tell you that you must always be moving, always be striving, always be achieving. But the Great Spirit knows that there are times when you must pause, when you must rest, and when you must wait. It is in the quiet, in the stillness, that He aligns your heart with His will. It is in the silence that He prepares you for what is to come, gently guiding you into a new season of growth, of manifestation, and of breakthrough. You may not see it now, but in the quiet, the Great Spirit is making a way where there seemed to be none. You have walked through seasons of loss, of waiting, and of confusion. It may have felt like you were walking through a valley with no end in sight, where the dreams you once held so close seemed to fade away, swallowed by the silence. The world may have told you that those seasons were wasted, that you had missed your chance. But the Great Spirit sees things differently. What you thought was loss, what you thought was delay, was actually His way of positioning you for something greater. The Great Spirit was not ignoring you. He was preparing you for the new opportunities that are now opening before you. In the silence, the Great Spirit was moving things around, realigning your steps with His divine plan. Like a river that slowly carves its path through the earth, He has been working beneath the surface, shaping your future in ways you cannot yet see. The delays, the waiting, the moments when it seemed as though nothing was happening, those were the moments when the Great Spirit was aligning your life with His perfect timing. He was preparing you for the breakthrough that is now at hand. Now, my child, the time of waiting is coming to an end. The Great Spirit has been working in the quiet, and the new season is here. The opportunities that once seemed out of reach, the doors that once seemed closed, are now opening before you. The dreams that you once thought were lost are now within your grasp, not because of your striving, but because the Great Spirit has positioned you exactly where you need to be. What seemed like a delay was simply His preparation. What seemed like loss was His way of making room for something greater. You may still feel the echoes of the silent seasons, the memories of waiting, but do not let them hold you back. The Great Spirit is inviting you to step forward into this new season with faith and trust. The path ahead is clear now, and though the journey may still have its challenges, you can walk with confidence, knowing that the Great Spirit has aligned your steps with His will. He has prepared you for this moment, and now the time has come for you to step into the fullness of what He has planned for you. So, my child, let go of the fear that the past has held you captive. Let go of the doubt that you are not where you are meant to be. In the silence, the Great Spirit has been at work, aligning your life with His purpose. The new opportunities are opening up, and this is your time to walk boldly into the future that has been waiting for you. Trust in the Great Spirit's timing, for what seemed like loss was only His way of positioning you for something far greater. The silent seasons were not in vain. They were the preparation for the breakthrough that is now unfolding before you. Walk in this new season with hope and gratitude, knowing that the Great Spirit has been with you all along, guiding you, shaping you, and preparing you for this moment. The silence is over, and now the manifestation of His promises is here. You are ready. The wind has begun to stir once more, and the stillness of the earth is breaking. For many seasons, the land has rested, waiting, silent in its preparations. The stars have watched over the night, waiting for the right time to shine. The Great Spirit has been working in the quiet, in the unseen places, planting seeds deep in the soul, preparing the earth for the harvest. And now, my child, the time has come. The quiet season is over. What once seemed still, what once seemed stuck, is beginning to flow like the river after the rain. You have walked through the silence, through the seasons, when nothing seemed to move, when the prayers you whispered felt as though they landed in the empty sky. The world told you to hurry, to force things to happen, but you, my child, chose to wait. You trusted the Great Spirit even when you could not see the road ahead. And now, because of your faithfulness, because of your patience, the Great Spirit is opening the doors that were once closed. The seeds you planted in the quiet are now growing, and the promises He spoke over your life are starting to manifest. There was a time when the dreams you held in your heart felt distant, like smoke carried away by the wind. The promises seemed far off, as though the Great Spirit had forgotten you. But the truth is, He has been at work, preparing you for this moment. The quiet was not a time of abandonment. It was a time of transformation, a time when the Great Spirit was aligning you with His divine plan. And now, that plan is unfolding before your eyes. What once seemed stuck in your life, what once felt like it would never move, is now beginning to flow. The dreams that you thought were lost, the desires that you thought would never be fulfilled, are now coming to life. Like the river that has carved its path through the land, God's promises are flowing freely, bringing with them the blessings you have waited for. The Great Spirit has been at work in the silence, and now the time of manifestation has come. What seemed impossible is now becoming reality, and what once felt like a delay was simply the time needed for you to be ready. Your faithfulness during the quiet season has not gone unnoticed, my child. The Great Spirit has seen your patience, your trust, and your dedication. Even when the world told you to move faster, to rush, you chose to remain in His presence, to wait for His timing. And now, the rewards are coming. The promises that were whispered to your soul are now being revealed in ways that are tangible, ways that you can see and touch. The blessings that once seemed distant are now within your reach. Know this, my child. The Great Spirit is with you in this new season. He is unfolding His promises in ways that will surprise you, ways that will fill your heart with joy and gratitude. The quiet was not a time of loss, but a time of preparation. Now, the season of manifestation is here. The dreams you held close to your heart are now coming to life, and the Great Spirit is showing you that He is faithful, that He is true to His word. Walk in this new season with courage and trust. The time of waiting is over, and the time of fulfillment is now. The river is flowing, the harvest is here, and the Great Spirit is revealing His promises to you one by one. This is your time, my child. The promises you have waited for are now unfolding before your eyes, and you are ready to receive them. The earth has been quiet for many seasons, and now the Great Spirit stirs the winds. You have walked through the silence, through the waiting and the stillness, where the Great Spirit was working within you, transforming your heart and soul. It was in the quiet moments that He healed you, reshaped you, and realigned your spirit. Now, the time has come for you to step forward, to live out the transformation that has taken place within you. The journey is not over, my child, but has only just begun. In every step you take now, you are invited to walk in the divine rhythm of the Great Spirit. The silence you experienced was not meant to remain a distant memory, but to be woven into the very fabric of your daily life. Each day, each breath, each moment is a part of the divine rhythm that God has set for you. You are no longer just moving through life. You are living with purpose, guided by the Spirit in every ordinary moment. Every step, every word, and every action now carries the presence of the Great Spirit, and He is inviting you to walk in His peace and His guidance. You may not always feel the power of the Spirit in the loud, dramatic ways you once imagined, but understand this, my child. The true power of God is not always seen in the storms or the mighty winds. It is often felt in the gentle whispers, in the quiet moments where you listen closely to His voice. The divine rhythm is found in the quiet spaces, in the ordinary moments of your daily life. It is in the way you move through your day, trusting the Spirit to guide you in every decision, in every encounter. The rhythm of your life is meant to be a reflection of the peace that the Great Spirit has placed within you. In the stillness, the Great Spirit has transformed your heart, but now He calls you to live out that transformation in the world. He calls you to walk with Him in every moment, not just in the big decisions, but in the smallest of acts. Your daily walk, the way you interact with others, the way you carry yourself, all of it should reflect the love, peace, and grace that the Spirit has placed in your heart. Every task, no matter how small, is an opportunity to walk in the rhythm of His love. God is not asking you to strive or to force things into being. He is calling you to listen, to trust, and to obey. When you walk in the rhythm of the Spirit, there is no need to rush. You do not need to chase after success or approval. Instead, you are called to respond to God's voice with trust, to move in harmony with His plan. Just as the earth moves in rhythm with the changing seasons, so too are you called to move with God's timing. His Spirit will guide you in every moment, and as you listen and respond, you will find yourself walking in peace, in alignment with His divine purpose. In every moment, whether you are working, resting, or simply walking along the path, the Great Spirit is with you. The silence you have walked through has brought you to this place of divine alignment where you can now hear His voice more clearly. His presence is not just something you feel in the quiet. It is something you carry with you in the world. Your life is meant to be a living testament to the peace and guidance that the Great Spirit has placed within you. Walk with Him, my child, and trust that He will lead you in every step. So, take this moment, this new season, to live in the rhythm of the Spirit. Let His presence guide you in all things. Listen for His voice in the ordinary moments and respond with trust and obedience. The transformation that has taken place in your heart is now meant to be lived out in the world. Walk in peace, walk in love, and walk in divine rhythm with the Great Spirit. The seasons have changed, and with each shift, the land breathes new life. You have walked through storms, felt the weight of struggles, and carried scars that seemed to define you. But now, my child, the Great Spirit calls you to a new dawn. You are no longer bound by the past, no longer weighed down by the struggles that once shaped you. The old wounds, the old labels, they no longer define you. What the world may have said about you, what you may have believed about yourself, is not your truth. You are now defined by something far greater, your divine identity in the Great Spirit. You have been made new, not by your own strength, but by the strength of the Creator. The Spirit has worked within you, shaping you, transforming you, so that you are now a vessel of His glory. No longer are you a reflection of your pain or your past failures, but a living testament to His power, His love, and His restoration. Just as the river carves new paths through the land, the Great Spirit has carved a new path for you, one that is filled with purpose, strength, and grace. The past may still whisper, but it no longer holds sway over your life. Your story is no longer defined by what you have endured. It is now defined by the glory of the Creator working within you. The scars you once carried as reminders of pain are now the marks of your transformation. They are not signs of weakness, but of strength, of resilience, and of divine healing. The Great Spirit has taken what the world intended to harm you and has used it to shape you into something beautiful, something sacred. Just as the tree grows stronger with each season, even after the harsh winters, so too have you grown. You are not the same as you once were. The past has shaped you, but it does not define you. The Great Spirit has brought you to this place of renewal, where you can step forward into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Now, my child, you are being prepared for something greater. You are being made ready to walk in purpose and strength, not as someone defined by brokenness, but as someone filled with the power and glory of the Creator. The Great Spirit is calling you to rise, to step into the destiny that He has set before you. You are no longer bound by the weight of your past mistakes or struggles. You are free to walk in the strength and purpose that He has placed within you. Your journey is no longer about survival, but about thriving, about living out the purpose for which you were created. The Great Spirit has been working in you, transforming you, and now He is preparing you for the next step of your journey. The strength you have gained through your trials is not for you alone, it is for the world around you. You are a vessel of His glory, and through you, his light will shine in places that need it most. The past is no longer your story, and the future is filled with promise. You are being called to walk in a way that reflects the beauty, the power, and the love of the Creator. So, my child, embrace the new you. Embrace the transformation that the Great Spirit has brought about in your life. You are no longer defined by what you have gone through. You are defined by who you are in the Creator. Step forward with strength, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are walking in the divine rhythm of the Spirit. You are a vessel of His glory, and the world awaits the fullness of who you are becoming. The earth, in its ancient wisdom, has seasons of stillness, moments when the winds are calm and the rivers move slowly. These are the times of quiet, of waiting, when it feels as though the world has paused. You have walked through such moments, my child, when the silence felt heavy, when the weight of your struggles pressed down upon you, and it seemed as though nothing would change. But now, the Great Spirit has transformed that silence. What once felt like a burden has become a foundation, a place of deep healing, and a wellspring for new beginnings. You have embraced the healing the Great Spirit has offered, and in that embrace, something powerful has happened. You are no longer defined by the struggles that once consumed you. The scars that you carried with you, the pain that seemed endless, are now the marks of your transformation. The Great Spirit has worked deeply within you, and now you walk with a new confidence. A confidence that does not come from the world's measures, but from the knowing that you are beloved and chosen by the Creator. Where once there was fear, there is now peace. The restlessness that once stirred in your heart has been replaced by a quiet assurance, a peace that comes from knowing the Great Spirit is with you, guiding you every step of the way. No longer do you walk with uncertainty, you walk with purpose. You know that each step you take is aligned with the divine path He has set before you. The healing that has taken place within you is not just for your own soul, but is now a light that shines to those around you. In the silence, the Great Spirit has worked His most sacred miracles. What once felt like a void, a painful emptiness, has now become the soil where new life grows. The silence was not a sign of abandonment. It was a sacred space where the Creator was preparing you for what was to come. And now, as you step into the fullness of His work, you can see that the silence has laid the foundation for a season of abundance. What once seemed like a waiting period has become the launching pad for your new life, a life filled with divine alignment and blessings. You are walking into a new season, a season of abundance, where the promises of the Great Spirit are unfolding before you. What once seemed impossible is now within your grasp. The doors that were once closed are opening, and the path that seemed unclear is now illuminated with His light. You are walking with confidence, not in yourself, but in the Great Spirit's provision and guidance. The abundance that you once hoped for is now being poured into your life, and you are walking in alignment with His purpose for you. You have been restored, my child. The healing the Great Spirit has brought to you is deep and lasting, and now you are ready to live in the fullness of His work. The silence that once seemed so painful is now a part of your story, a story of transformation and new beginnings. You are no longer walking through life with the weight of the past on your shoulders. You are walking with the confidence that comes from knowing you are in the hands of the Creator, and nothing can stand in the way of the purpose He has for you. So, my child, step into this new season with boldness and peace. You are walking in divine alignment, and the path ahead is full of promise. The silence that once held you captive has become the foundation of your confidence, and you are now ready to embrace the abundance that is flowing into your life. Trust in the Great Spirit's work within you, for He has made you whole, and now you are walking in His light, ready to live the life you were always meant to live.